Welcome back to Jhet's Shadows True Crime and Life Lessons. I'm your host, Jhet, and today we're stepping into one of the most infamous mysteries in true crime history, the Zodiac Killer. A case shrouded in cryptic messages, chilling crimes, and unanswered questions. This story is a deep dive into deception, obsession, and the very real lessons we can take from history's shadows. What makes the Zodiac case so haunting isn't just the crimes, but the way the killer manipulated the media and police, taunting them with cryptic ciphers and letters, some of which remain unsolved. But beyond the horror, there's wisdom here. In today's episode, we will not only uncover the facts but also pull life lessons about intuition, vigilance, and the psychology of those who seek control through fear. So, let's dive in. Who was the Zodiac Killer? And what can his terrifying legacy teach us? The Zodiac Killer's reign of terror began in Northern California in the late 1960s. His first confirmed attack occurred in December 1968 when he ambushed two teenagers, Betty Lou Jensen and David Faraday, on a quiet stretch of road in Benicia, California. It was a brutal, calculated act, and it wouldn't be his last. Over the next few years, the Zodiac struck again, targeting young couples and unsuspecting victims, often in secluded areas. What set him apart from other killers was his desire for notoriety. Instead of hiding in the shadows, he stepped into the limelight, sending cryptic letters to newspapers, mocking investigators, and demanding attention. His most infamous signature? The bizarre ciphers that claimed to reveal his identity if only someone could crack the code. The Zodiac sent four main ciphers, cryptic puzzles meant to taunt law enforcement. One of them, known as the Z340 cipher, went unsolved for over 50 years. Again, 50 years, until codebreakers deciphered it in 2020. Wow. Yet, despite these breakthroughs, the identity of the Zodiac Killer remains unknown to this day. So can you see how mysterious this Zodiac Killer is? And not only that, the mystery was remained unsolved for over 50 years, and it was only deciphered this last 2020. His last confirmed letter was sent in 1974, but that doesn't mean the case went cold. Over the years, investigators and amateur sleuths have put forth countless theories about who Zodiac might have been. Names like Arthur Lee Allen and other suspects surfaced, but none were conclusively proven to be the infamous killer. Now, more than half a century later, we still ask, who was this Zodiac Killer? But perhaps the more important question is, what can his chilling behavior teach us about vigilance, deception, and even the need to trust our instincts? The Zodiac case more than just crime details. It reveals psychological patterns, human vulnerabilities, and critical lessons in awareness. Let's break down three key takeaways we can apply to the everyday life. So, lesson one, recognizing manipulation and control. The Zodiac Killer's thirst for control was evident in his letters, his puzzles, and his interactions with the media. He wanted people to fear him, to live in uncertainty. This highlights a crucial real-world lesson. Manipulators often thrive on control, using secrecy, confusion, or intimidation to gain power over others. In daily life, this manifests in toxic relationships, manipulative bosses, or even deceptive online personas. Learning to recognize patterns of manipulation, whether subtle or extreme, can save us from falling prey to harmful dynamics. And let's go to the second lesson. So, lesson two, trust your instincts. Again, let's trust our instincts. So, as we know, many Zodiac victims were ambushed in situations that might have felt safe. Quiet roads, couples spending time together, normal routines. Yet, hindsight shows that danger can lurk anywhere. And this reinforces the importance of intuition. If someone feels off, even if you can't rationalize it, listen to that gut feeling. Just like what I told you guys from the last episode. So you have to recognize what is abnormal or not, and to trust your own instinct, whether it's walking away from an uncomfortable situation, avoiding certain interactions, or simply paying closer attention to your surroundings. Our instincts exist for a reason, so we have to respect them. So that's how the killers are operating, or serial killers. They will try to manipulate you and to fall below their own perspective. And if you follow, then that's checkmate for you. So no matter what happens, even if it's not a dangerous person, you have to always trust your instinct. So it falls down to your own values first, and then second to what the people will perceive about you. So again, let's respect our instincts. So the third lesson is the impact of collective awareness. Again, the impact of collective awareness. So one of the biggest challenges in the Zodiac investigation was public fear and misinformation. As his threats grew, panic spread, and misinformation clouded judgment. What this teaches us today is the importance of critical thinking and collective awareness. Fear thrives in uncertainty, right? But when communities share knowledge, if we work together, and if we prioritize safety, there's always going to be strength in numbers. Whether it's neighborhood watch programs, online awareness, or even simply learning how to recognize red flags, an informed society is a safer one. That's why there's a big difference between living in the past and living now, because our devices, our resources are far much better now because we have the social media, we have all the gadgets that we have the connection, the knowledge, and we are not innocents anymore in terms um, of knowledge and deception. We know everything already. I mean, not everything, but we are at that point wherein we can do anything is possible now in our gadgets or devices. So being informed is much better than knowing nothing and becoming ignorant. And that's how serial killers in the past were taking advantage of people who doesn't know, or people who don't know anything about serial killers like them. So these lessons, recognizing manipulation, trusting intuition, and fostering collective awareness, extend far beyond true crime. So they affect how we navigate our relationships, our places, and our personal choices. So when studying a case like Zodiac, so I think for me, it's actually easy to get lost in the mystery. So we have the codes, we have the theories, and the chilling unknown, and the mystery, the suspense. This is what my podcast is about. So it's about knowing what's unknown and also learning from it. It's fascinating, but the real power lies in what we take away from it. For me, diving in this case made me think about all the times I brushed off that gut feeling, the small moments when I ignored the subtle signs telling me sometimes that something was wrong. And maybe it was trusting someone who didn't deserve it. Maybe it was walking into a situation I should have avoided. But hindsight is not only useful if we learn from it. Zodiac wasn't just a killer, he was a manipulator, a puppeteer controlling fear. His letters, his puzzles, his persona, they were all designed to confuse, distract, and dominate conversations, right? It's about manipulating the prey, the victim, and the and honestly, we see this same psychological pattern every day in different forms, right? Like people who weaponize uncertainty, situations where doubt is used as a tool for control. So our relationship and sometimes ourself. So we're controlling ourselves to be isolated and to underwhelm us that we can't do anything that's beyond our comfort zone. So sometimes our mind is our biggest enemy. That's why I ask you, have you ever been in a situation where manipulation clouded your judgment? And how do you think fear affects decision making in daily life? What steps can we take to be more aware, more informed, and more confident in trusting our instincts? I believe that looking at true crime critically isn't just about studying criminals, it's about studying ourselves. How do we prevent deception? How do we strengthen our awareness? And more importantly, how do we keep control of our own narratives instead of letting fear dictate our choices? So, as we wrap up today's episode, let's take these lessons with us. The Zodiac case is a mystery, but the wisdom we take from it is clear. Manipulators thrive on control, and don't let them shape your reality. Your instincts are more powerful, and never ever ignore them. Knowledge is protection, awareness can save lives. And if today's episode resonated with you, subscribe to Jet's Shadows, True Crime, and Life Lessons. And let's keep learning, growing, and challenging the darkness with insight and reflection. And thank you for joining me. And remember, sometimes the biggest mystery isn't the crime itself, it's learning how to see deception before it finds you. And this episode is based on widely reported facts and public records related to the Zodiac Killer case. The intent is to explore history and personal growth lessons, not to glorify or sensationalize tragic events.